Hi guys, how are you today? Great to see you tuning into the channel. Out doing a little bit of back road riding in the New South Wales state of Australia, and the weather's been dropping a bit lately and we're down to about 2 degrees.
Hey everyone, this is Emma Jane. Thank you so much for watching. I'm actually here today to announce a giveaway. So if you guys are interested in owning a pair of Barkbuster Storm handguards for a Honda Cb500X, then keep on watching. This giveaway is our way of saying thank you so much for being part of the Warro fam. It's open worldwide, so no matter where you are, you can enter. The only thing is that if you live in Australia, you'll have the option to have the handguards or $200 deposited into your PayPal account. If you live worldwide, unfortunately the postage is probably going to be a little bit crazy, so we'll just deposit the $200 into your PayPal account, which isn't bad if you ask me. This competition is going to be open for 3 weeks. We will be announcing the winner on the 14th of May. All you need to do to enter is like this video and subscribe to this channel. It wouldn't be a bad idea to ring that notification bell as well, so that you know when we announce the winner. It could be you. On a side note guys, I have my own channel. My name is MJ Legit. We will put that in the description box down below. Please head on over, check it out, like and subscribe to my videos. I focus mainly on lifestyle, yoga, makeup, anything. So go ahead and check that out, and till then I'll see you in the next video. Good luck!
Guys, I think if you are thinking about buying a new 2019 model Honda Cb500X and they've been watching some other videos and they said swing towards an 018 model, I don't think it'd be a very good idea, and I think it'd be looking back like a movie scene. A mistake, big mistake, like huge. And I'm actually basing my thoughts on this from experience. Like a few months back I owned the 018 model of this bike, and only a few weeks back I bought this 019 model, and after looking back at the previous one I had and riding this bike here, by far this is the better bike. More importantly, I also don't want to tread in on anyone's toes as I've got the early model bikes, because naturally when they were out and had their run they were good bikes, there's nothing wrong with them, and I was quite happy with my 0181 bike. But naturally as bikes progress and new models come out, you've got to say to yourself, they don't bring out new models because they feel like it, they at least do something to them, and I think they've done something to this bike to warrant it. So if you ask me what would the key feature be to buying this bike, this is what I'd pick. For the new or advanced rider, nothing beats the new slipper clutch they've added to the bike. I think it's one of the best features on the bike, and I'd rate it as the outright best feature as far as for a new to the sport rider or the more experienced rider. You've got no idea till you ride this bike how fast you can drop down through those gears without the worry about of a rear wheel lock-up or anything like that. And when you consider it's thrown on the bike for free on the new upgrade, I think that's one of the best features, and really you should ride this bike, try that clutch, and then see for yourself how good it really is. Even if you had the earlier model and you want to fit a slipper clutch to it, it's not going to be cheap. They're not going to give it to you for $10, so it's not as if you can get out there and say this is a $10 mod and I can get in there and fit one myself and I can do all the changes. You'll find it's going to be a lot more expensive than that. Another point brought up in the other test was that the trouble to read the instrumentation. Well, sometimes when the bike's parked here in the shade, yeah, turn it on, it's not the easiest to read or something like that, but out on the road when I'm actually doing on the bike under ride conditions, I don't have any trouble reading it, and I've never got out there and said, oh geez, I wonder how fast I'm going, because Honda would have made sure for a start that this was working right, because they didn't want any lawsuits against them long term for speed and fines or something like that. So, you know, you've got to look at it from their point of view. They've got an idea how to make a bike, and I've got absolutely no complaint about the display. And would I swap it for the old model? No, I wouldn't. And while we're at it talking instrumentation, say for example you did get yourself a gear indicator selector pod, which would sit around the side here somewhere like that, and you might be able to get one for 50 bucks. Fact is, it's still an add-on item, still looks chatty, and where if you got the previous model, you got no choice, and you really want one, you got to sit one there. But this one here with the built-in integrated display, this is the way to go, and a lot cheaper. And imagine how much it costs you to buy that display. I actually think just having the gear position indicator is a good enough reason to want to buy this bike. So again, if vibration was a concern for this bike, don't be concerned. It's very low, rating out of 10 vibration, probably 2 or 3 if that, and nothing to worry about. You can get along, you can look out these mirrors. If you were on other bikes, especially an Enfield, you could hold this tank and it'd be vibrating, you'd feel the vibes running down along the tank here with your knees. But this one here, no, I got really nothing bad to say about it, and I hope some of this is of interest to you, but don't jump to conclusions if you read or watch the wrong report. Get out there and test ride one of these bikes and then make up your mind about it, because they are really a lot better bike than what you think. And thanks for watching. These new LED indicators are pretty smart looking things too, even when you see the profile straight on. They really blend in with the bike and sit in nice and tight. And you might say, oh well, I got the previous model, I could always put them on that. Do you really think Honda's going to give you these indicators for nothing? How much do you think it costs to go and buy those 4 indicators and set on the bike? A lot more than it is, or a lot more than what you would think it would cost you. So once again, waste of time. Go for the new model. Now on the 2019 model, you also got this new dual outlet exhaust. Not only does it look a lot better, the fact is on downshifts, especially when you're dropping back 4th, 3rd into 2nd, you'll hear it popple and crackle. So therefore it's got a good sound effect. You don't have to upgrade to another one. It's adequate in the sound, and looks the part too. So it's worth the trouble to upgrade in that line. There was also a mention on the reviewer's ad that this new Honda vibrates a bit. Okay, and the reviewer in question also had a Royal Enfield to compare it to. Well, in actual fact, we all have heard the story, you only get what you pay for, and in Australia this bike is actually cheaper to buy than a Royal Enfield. And you know, when you've got complaints about items and you test ride something, test riding a bike's not the same as actually owning the bike and experiencing it for yourself. A test rider just goes out, rides a bike, gives a quick opinion, and then on to the next. He hasn't bought the bike. Like I've actually had, like I said earlier on, 2 of these bikes, so I've got a rough idea how they go. And for what they are, sure, you're not getting an African twin, but you're not paying 20 grand for it. So when you look at it that way, if you look at it for the price, in Australia, 8.8 right away, I reckon you're getting a really good deal. And I still stand by everything I said about this bike. It is a really good bike. So there's no concern there what I can think of why not to buy it. So if you looked at a few features I've just brought up, what I think are the great ones of this bike, we haven't even talked about the 19-inch front wheel, and you know how more streamlined I think it is. I actually think that this bike here is more compact than the 18 model. So, but that's my own opinion there, because when I bought the 18 model, I thought it was a fairly large, bulky bike to get on. Since I've been on this bike, I don't really notice anything apart from it just sits a little bit higher, but apart from that, you know, very good bike. So overall my opinion still stands on this bike. It's a really good bike, great value for money. Anyone interested in one of these should go out and buy it, and I do not recommend the fact that you go in and buy an 018 model just for a few dollars cheaper, because by the time you try to switch or add any of those parts to the bike, it'll never be the same or look equal to what the new 2019 model bike looks like. It's a great looking bike. So overall guys, here's my opinion on this bike. Get out there, test ride one, buy it. There's nothing wrong with it. If you go out there and decide, yeah, sure you don't want this bike and you want to drop back to the 018 model, you might pick yourself up a bargain and save yourself a few dollars. But like I said, with the key features, the slipper clutch, a little bit more sporty exhaust, the indicators, and the instrument display, you know, I don't see how you could lose on it. Plus you got the added 19-inch front wheel. Might not be spoked, but then again, once again, you never paid 15 or 20,000 for the bike. You're only paying under 9,000 if you live in Australia, so there's no big deal there. There's always that choice that if you think to yourself, this bike isn't for you, easy, just bring out the money and buy a better one. That's the best way to look at it, and after all, you only get what you pay for, and I think in this case, you're getting a very good bike. So I'm here to give you an honest view on the bike, what I think about it. And once again, I can tell you that if I thought it was a heap of rubbish, it'd be gone by now, because a lot of the bikes I had come and go really quick, and if they're no good, so I wouldn't worry about somebody test riding it who actually doesn't own the bike, tell you that they're, you know, like the previous models, better, buy that one and save $1. That's not the case. Sometimes when you save $1, it's really not for the right reason, and you've also got the review on this bike to know that what I'm telling you is what I think is an honest review, and go ahead and buy this bike.